Test one, test two. Good morning, everyone. Oh, let's try this again. Good morning, everyone. If you are standing up, you are not going to graduate. So find a seat and find it now. Immediately, I do not want to take your degree away from you, so I need you to find a seat ASAP. Your last role as a graduate student at Georgia Tech is to find a seat with your school. ASAP. If you are standing up, find your way to a seat. You can sit straight down. There you go. Everyone in a chair, ASAP. We can do this. We can do this. Graduates, if you look around the bowl, you will see all these people who have supported you your whole life to finally get this degree. These people went to your, give them a hand, clap for them. Now this is important. These very people, they went to your kindergarten graduation, they went to your elementary school graduation, your middle school graduation, your high school graduation, they went to your college graduation, and now your graduation. These people are tired of seeing you graduate. This is it. Do you understand? Friends, my name is Damon Williams. I'm one of the Associate Deans in the College of Engineering and a faculty member in ISYE. My job is to make sure that this is a smooth process, that your name is pronounced correctly, and that we get out of here so I can go watch football, okay? Does everyone understand? If you fail to follow my instructions, I will personally delay your degree, and I don't want that for your life. Everybody understand? All right, here we go. Let's solve the first thing first. All my Android users, everybody pull out your cell phones. You need your grad pass. Pull out your cell phones. All my Android users, stand up, please. Android users, pull out your cell phones. All Android users, here we go, stand up. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the people who will not be graduating. Android users, sit down. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You have a technical degree. Everybody knows iPhone is better than Android. I know. Can you believe it? I said it, I represented it, I meant it. Here it is. Take out your phone. Everybody follow me and follow my instructions clearly. I want your phone out. I want your grad pass for this ceremony pulled up. If you come up to the front and you put up the wrong QR code, I'm going to hurt you. And I don't want that for your life. Make sure you have the grad pass for this ceremony, not the institute ceremony that you went to earlier, not the QR code for your reservation for dinner after you leave here today, the QR code for this 11:30 a.m. ceremony in McCamish. You are to take out your phone. You are to make it as bright as possible. Now here it is. When it is time for you to graduate, someone is going to come to your row. You are going to stand. You're going to look dignified when you stand. You're going to walk to the back. You're going to walk around this row, down this way. A person is going to scan the QR code. You're going to hear this sound. Toot. Everybody make that sound with me. 1, 2, 3. That sounded terrible. Let's try it again, this time from diaphragm. 1, 2, 3. That's the sound we're looking for. If you hear doo, that means you're probably going to graduate. You're going to start right about here, and you're going to walk across the stage. There's going to be a human being up here bringing you to this point. There's tape up here. You can't see it. I want you to stand here, right here, not back here, and certainly not up here because you'll be in somebody else's photo. I want you to stand right here. There'll be a person here. That person's going to tap you on the shoulder. When you feel that tap, I just want you to walk. Everybody with me? Everybody raise your right hand. There we go. This is the hand that you shake with, not the left. I know it's complicated. I want you to put your right hand out and shake the dean's hand. Now here it is. This is important. There's going to be a photographer standing right here. Everybody with me? Your parents paid a lot of money for those teeth to be straight in your mouth, okay? Which means they want to see these in said photo. Everybody with me? Do not look at the photographer, look at the dean. You're going to smile, you're going to shake hands, you're going to keep walking. There's going to be another human being here to hand you one of these things that you think is your degree. It's not. It's a QR code for how you can give to Georgia Tech when you leave. You're going to take that degree. You're going to go down here to the right. Everybody see this step and repeat to the right that says Georgia Tech? These people can see it. The folks over here cannot. Everybody over here nod that you can see it. You're going over here. You're going to take your grad photo. This is extremely important. You paid all that money to get your hair cut. I hope. You paid all that money to get your hair done. Okay, let's make sure everything is together, and you're going to take your photo. Everybody with me? Now, you are to be on this stage right here for 1.7 seconds, okay? I know when people get up here, they think it's their time to shine. I want to stop. I want to sing. I want to dance. I want to do a jig. I want to make a political statement. If you're up here too long, I'm coming to get you. Shake hands, smile, and walk on, right? Parents, this is important. When you hear your pumpkin's name, I want you to clap. Now, there's probably 4 or 5 of you for your pumpkin. This is a big stadium. So when you clap, you're not going to make enough noise. So we're all going to clap for everyone. Let's practice. I'm going to say a name. We're going to clap. Here it comes. Michael Jordan. Man, what do you think? How was that? That was good? We got thumbs up over here. Sir, that right there. We don't need that, okay? Clap with everyone else, please. We're going to try this one more time. Here we go. LeBron James. Good. You're going to clap just long enough for the person who's up here, and then you're going to clap for the next person when they come. Parents, do you understand your role and responsibility? Yes. Now, every parent and friend and family member that's up here, everybody look at me, stay focused. There's a rule here at Georgia Tech. The graduates don't know it. They're going to find it out right now. Did you know that when you get a graduate degree from Georgia Tech, the graduate, you paid for their undergrad dinner after graduation. Now, they are responsible for the graduate dinner. Good, good. Make sure you go to the expensive restaurant in Atlanta. Everybody with me? Anybody any questions, comments, or concerns? Phone out, nice and bright. Grad pass up, out to the left, walk down here. We're all good to go. Can we all give a rousing round of applause for all of our graduates?
Welcome to the College of Engineering Master's Graduation Celebration. Graduates, please rise for the stage processional.
Good morning, graduates, families, and friends, and welcome to the College of Engineering's Master Graduation Ceremony. I invite everyone to stand as we welcome industrial engineer Jacob Samuel to sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Thank you, Jacob. Welcome to our College of Engineering Master's Degree Graduation Celebration. To those of you who just came from Bobby Dodd Stadium and the Institute-wide ceremony with President Cabrera, welcome inside Warren McCamish Pavilion. I'm Doug Williams, Interim Dean of the college. This is my first graduation celebration in this role. And you have my promise that I won't speak very long, as I know the main reason you're here isn't to hear me speak, but to see your student walk across the stage. Congratulations to our graduates. Today and always, you are officially hell of an engineers. So. At the same time, I look to those who surround these graduates here at McCamish, the family, friends, classmates, and loved ones. These graduates didn't arrive here alone. They're here because of your support and encouragement. Graduates, please join me in applauding and thanking them for all they've done for you. I'm joined on the stage with members of our college leadership team, Damon Williams, who you saw a few minutes ago, Matthew Block, Hong Lu, and Kim Curtis, as well as chairs and representatives from each school who will introduce our graduates later in the ceremony. Also on our stage are two guest speakers who you'll hear from shortly. Some of you are likely working toward licensure as a professional engineer or PE. For PEs here in Georgia, the General Assembly created the Georgia State Board of Registration for Professional Engineers and Land Surveyors nearly 100 years ago. The board approves licenses and was put in place to ensure protection of life, health, and property and to promote public welfare. That protection reminds me also of the Order of the Engineer, which many students here today attended the induction ceremony a few weeks ago. Graduating students are given a stainless steel ring which goes on the pinky finger of their dominant writing hand. The ring and the oath the students recite remind them to serve humanity with pride, purpose, and passion, and to engineer solutions for a better tomorrow. Just like the license, the ring brings forth a responsibility for all engineers to practice integrity and fair dealing, tolerance, and respect. These are challenging times for engineers and scientists. There has been an erosion of trust among many people in our nation about the role of science and engineering in our lives. With new technologies in AI, climate, energy, medicine, and more, these are among the most important times in our nation's history. As engineers, it's imperative to ensure that fairness is always incorporated into everything we do. No matter the societal changes you help solve, I challenge you to be responsible stewards of trust and ethics. By keeping that at the top of your priority list, it helps assure others that the work we do has meaningful impact for all, and that our work truly saves lives. It's our responsibility as hell of engineers. This is your graduation. You've worked very hard to get to this stage. Next up is going out and making the world better. Again, congratulations on receiving your master's degree. I'd like to introduce today's student speaker, David Tyler. It's his first day ever on campus. He's receiving his aerospace engineering degree after participating in our distance learning program for the past 3 years while serving as a captain in the U.S. Air Force. He was first stationed in Washington, D.C., then completed his degree while serving in New Mexico. Captain Tyler is currently an instructor on the UH-1N Huey and has successfully balanced the demands of being an active duty officer and Georgia Tech student. One of his final AE projects was conducting research that optimizes the pressure distribution of the UH-60 Black Hawk airfoil. Please welcome Captain David Tyler.
Thank you, Dean Williams, and thank you all, especially my fellow graduates, for honoring me with this opportunity. I'd also like to give a special thank you to my grandfather, Emil Spieth, who graduated from Georgia Tech, class of 1960, for joining me here today. Every time I strap myself into my helicopter, I fire up the twin 900 horsepower engines and begin to climb into the sky, I'm full of excitement and adrenaline. Yet, even after 5 years of flying and 7 years worth of engineering degrees, I'm still not convinced it isn't just magic that keeps these things in the air. In reality, we know it's not magic, but hundreds of thousands of hours, late nights, and cups of coffee ingested by people like you to ensure that our aviators have the most cutting-edge platforms while maintaining the highest standard of safety. When aviators take an aircraft in the sky, significant trust and gratitude are placed in engineers. Aviators put trust in our calculations, our designs, and our integrity to not cut corners. Physicist Freeman Dyson once stated, "Aviation is a branch of engineering that is least forgiving of mistakes." But it takes more than aerospace engineering to keep machines in the air. Other forms of engineering, represented by my fellow students, contribute to this amazing field. It takes a team of dedicated engineers to do it right the first time and every time, because lives depend on us. The Rambling Wreck has produced many heroic aviators who've pushed engineering to the limit. Take Captain John Young, for example. Georgia Tech, class of 1952, as the only man to see space from 4 different spacecraft, his life depended on heat shield tiles and solid rocket boosters, among thousands of other components which had potential to fail. Or Colonel Richard Dutton, Georgia Tech, 1951, who trusted his life to an F-105 ejection seat when he was shot down over North Vietnam in 1967, then held captive in the Hanoi Hilton for 5 years. The civilian aviation community also depends on exceptional engineers, such as the airline industry, which has brought many of us safely here today. Or, for example, firefighters in California, Idaho, and my home state in New Mexico, who depend on aerial platforms to save lives and keep vital infrastructure safe from wildfires. These critical responses hinge on the contributions of engineers. As masters in this field, you will all be looked at now and in the future to contribute and provide relief for those in distress, both at home and abroad. While the future for a pilot is a bit uncertain, thanks to the rise in artificial intelligence and unmanned aerial vehicles, the future for engineers is exploding with opportunities. Technologies unimaginable 20 years ago are now being pursued day and night to keep the United States on the bleeding edge. Our ideas and creativity shape that bleeding edge and should motivate us to leave our mark on the world. The aviation community I represent will certainly look to us for guidance and ingenuity to keep us ahead of our adversaries. After we depart this pavilion today, we're no longer students, but innovators, visionaries, and leaders. The degree we're walking away with isn't just a piece of paper, it's empowerment. Be empowered to take the path less traveled, take bold, meaningful risks, and have the courage to go against the grain. If you leave with nothing else today, remember that you are the backbone of innovation and the future of your industry. The future of AI, robotics, medical technology, nuclear power, sustainability, and more. And for my fellow aerospace engineers, above all, never forget that the operators and their families are counting on your expertise. They're trusting you to provide solutions that are not only capable, but dependable to bring them home. The sky's not a limit, it's your proving ground. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Captain Tyler, for your words and inspiration. Congratulations to you and your family, and thank you for your service. I'm honored to welcome today's graduation speaker, a proud alumna of the H. Milton Stewart School of Industrial and Systems Engineering. Mallory Freeman leads UPS's enterprise data, analytics, and AI strategies. As president of her division, she drives innovation in generative AI, agentic AI, and automation. Mallory previously led initiatives through UPS's AI and Machine Learning Center of Excellence, overseeing enterprise business intelligence, data engineering, and applied analytics. Beyond her professional work, she serves on the advisory board for the College of Engineering and is active in Data for Good and AI for Good's efforts to solve humanitarian challenges with data and AI. Please welcome ISYE PhD alumna, Mallory Freeman.
Good morning, graduates, faculty, families, and friends. What an incredible moment this is, not just for you, but for everybody who has supported you along the way. In full transparency, my heart rate, it's at finals week levels. Okay, so I'm grateful to be giving this speech in the age of AI, where an algorithm smoothed the flow of the words, but the heart behind the words that's all mine, all human. Whether you earned your degree online, juggling work, family, late night deadlines, or you were here on campus, powering through problem sets, you've shown grit. And for those online degree heroes, you mastered an infeasible balancing act. And for those on campus, well, I've been in your shoes, making midday Dunkin' coffee runs at the Student Center, just trying to survive another problem set or research proposal. A lot has changed, though, since I was here. The Midtown skyline, well, that looks like it's been optimized for vertical growth. And let's just say the football team's success in your era, well, that's a data point worth celebrating. So today on Commencement, you join a proud tradition of problem solvers, innovators, and leaders who have walked the halls of Georgia Tech. And they have gone on to change the world. Standing here today, I feel a deep sense of gratitude because this campus shaped my own journey. I came through the Industrial and Systems Engineering program, and like many of you, I was drawn to the elegance of optimization. The idea that math and models could make systems better, faster, more impactful. That passion led me to the United Nations system, where I worked on applying optimization to humanitarian food assistance. So imagine the challenge: hundreds of millions of people in need, limited resources, and the responsibility to make every dollar and every calorie count. We used models to decide where food should go, how to minimize waste, and how to maximize impact. It wasn't just math, it was hope delivered through logistics. Today, I lead data and AI at UPS. Yes, UPS, the company you know for brown trucks and packages. Well, it's so much more than that. At its core, UPS is a technology company, engineering solutions at a global scale. Every day, we orchestrate one of the most complex logistics networks on the planet, powered by data, advanced algorithms, and increasingly, artificial intelligence. AI helps us predict demand, optimize routes, reduce emissions, and deliver with precision. It's not just about moving boxes, it's about moving our world forward by delivering what matters. And let me share one example. During peak season, so think holidays when millions of packages are flooding the network, mine included. AI steps in like an invisible conductor. Every year we enhance the AI optimization and simulation systems that run our network. These tools predict package volume down to the neighborhood level and dynamically adjust delivery routes in real time, saving thousands of miles, cutting emissions, ensuring gifts arrive on time. And beyond delivery routes, AI is helping us navigate the complexity of global supply chains, streamlining brokerage processes and managing international tariffs so packages clear borders faster and more efficiently. Navigating borders has never been more complex, and technology makes it possible to keep commerce moving. That's the power of combining human expertise with machine intelligence. But with great power comes great responsibility. AI is transforming industries, but it's also raising ethical questions about fairness, transparency, and accountability. And as engineers, You're not just builders, you are stewards of technology. The choices that you make will shape how AI impacts society. Always ask, is this solution not only efficient, but ethical? Does it serve humanity and not just the bottom line? The world needs engineers who lead with integrity. So that brings me to you, class of 2025. This is your moment. Today isn't just a milestone, it is a launch pad for what comes next. You're entering a world that needs problem solvers now more than ever. Cybersecurity threats, energy resilience, global supply chain disruptions, and the ethical deployment of AI. These are not abstract challenges. They are real, they are urgent, and they demand minds like yours. Your superpower isn't equations. It's resilience, it's creativity, the ability to turn ambiguity into solutions. And that's the Georgia Tech advantage. And now you have something even more powerful in your toolkit, AI. Pairing human ingenuity with machine intelligence, it doesn't just unlock possibilities, it redefines what is possible. And here's something extraordinary. The friendships that you've forged, many spanning continents, they're the most powerful network you will ever build, and they'll power your future in ways no machine learning model could ever predict. I know what it feels like to be sitting where you are, equal parts excitement and uncertainty. But trust me, the skills that you've honed will carry you through every challenge ahead. And so here's my challenge to you. Stay curious. The problems that you'll face, they won't come with instructions. Stay courageous. The best solutions often start as the boldest ideas. And stay committed. Engineering isn't just about efficiency. It's about impact. Use your skills to make life better for people, communities, and the planet. You will do great things. I believe in you because I've seen what Georgia Tech engineers can accomplish. You are ready, not just to enter the workforce, but to lead, to innovate, and to inspire. And as you leave this campus, go out there and show the world what happens when problem solving meets purpose, and when Georgia Tech engineers take on the future. Remember the words that have guided generations of Yellow Jackets: progress and service. Let that be your compass. Progress through innovation, service through impact, and never forget that you are engineers and the world needs you now more than ever. Congratulations, class of 2025. Now go engineer the future. Go Jackets.
Thank you, Mallory, for your time, words, and continued support for the college and Georgia Tech. And now it's time for what you and your families have waited for. This morning's institute-wide ceremony conferred your degrees. Now you'll be individually recognized for all you've done here at Tech. Once you walk across the stage, please return to your seats for the rest of the ceremony. We ask that you stay for the duration, giving those who walk after you the same courtesy they provided you. Associate Dean and Civil Engineer Kim Curtis will lead us through the remainder of the ceremony.
Thanks, Doug, and congratulations, graduates. So if you've been to our institute-wide ceremonies, you know that Georgia Tech's tradition is to call graduates to the stage in the reverse order from when their college was established. Engineering was first at Tech, so our students always graduate last when all the colleges are together. But to carry on that tradition today, graduates will be called according to their school or department with the most recently established program going first. And so that brings us to Paul Benkesser, who's the Senior Associate Chair in the Wallace H. Coulter Department of Biomedical Engineering, and he will lead us off.
This year, many of our master's students partnered with clinical mentors at Emory, the Mayo Clinic, and other leading medical centers to identify real-world challenges in the healthcare system and learn the foundations of product development, manufacturing, and quality from industry experts.
Jolene Jasmine Speck. Emma Shale Hicksonbaugh. Emma Mary Snyder. Ophelia Anais Winslet. Isabella Wantong Wang. Shruti S. Bugga. Bailey R. DeCoco. Radha Tushar Patel. Ibrahim Syed Mahmood. Jamie Lynn English. William Anthony Pleasant. Shay Janelle Harrell. Taylor Ashley Graham. Valeria Perez. Paloma Sofia Santiago Walker. Carter Matthew Clough. Gopika Dharmendra. Naga Nishkala. Akhil Turaga. Matthew Salvatore Nicholas. Tevan Prashant Raj D'Souza. Henry Ching. Allison Ritos Bork. Andrew James Kistner. Saravanan Narayanan Venkatachalam. Matthew Dong Hui Pham. Robert Carl Valeka. JT Karthik Swami. Natasha Kadji. Joseph Wayne Ashley. Lawrence Brendan McCourt. Alexis Megan Bate. Mahima Vaidya. Omar M. Aguilar Jr. Kira Elise Franklin. Mahima Harikrishna Patel. Hansini Kumar. Xiaohan Aaron Yuan.
Okay, our next school is going to take a little while. The H. Milton Stewart School of Industrial and Systems and Engineering is the home of our very successful and also very popular online analytics program. It's the reason the school has been ranked #1 among graduate programs for 35 years in a row. So please welcome the H. Milton and Carolyn J. Stewart School Chair in ISYE, Pinar Keskinochik.
Good morning. Today we celebrate your extraordinary commitment to learning, growth, and positive impact. At ISYE and Georgia Tech, you have not only gained technical expertise, but also learned to think critically, collaborate, and lead with purpose. By combining advanced methodology and systems thinking, you've tackled challenges that truly matter. From early detection of Alzheimer's disease to improving road safety and preventing cyber attacks, to redesigning and engineering supply chains, to innovations in energy, and even saving endangered birds. So keep your sense of purpose and continue to take bold steps towards creating a better world in progress and service. Congratulations.
Sumitra Tiagi. Stefan Aning Lehmann. Alice Leshuang Lin. Jared Wesley Longmire. Hannah Elizabeth Hernan. Benjamin Liam Koob. Joshua Blakely. Anil Mehbubani. Tingzo Jennings. John Eric Lutz. Dana Hani Shatila. Ross Hamilton Adams. Amanda Lee Henderson. Kevin John Fitzgerald McCormick. Cesar Mugnato. Zachary Shea. Justin Vincent Huang. Jack P. Liu. Vipul Ketan Mapara. Easton P. Wallace. Andrew Joseph Wallander. Win Tran Thao Win. Alex Tufam. Rishi Bhakta. Jeannie Cho. Evan Bir Madan. Dominique Elise Morris. Lalatendu Swain. Andy Kwan. Cody T. Wilson. Haobo Zhang. Yuja Shu. Brendan Joseph Kennedy. Conley Matthew Haynes. Aaron Oliver Clement. Hutan Rasuli. Sajesh Nailakal. Alexandra Anna Carson. Kelvin Irvase. Dinesh Chaudhary. Giridhar S. Pemiredi. Samuel Lorenzo Palmer II. Ryan Greenleaf, Naumik Shankar Tadani, William David Warner, Shuhao Zhang, Eddie Chen, Shannon Pie, Jisheng Gu, Daniel King, Ligia Yang, Jiayin Zhou, Hong Sun Che Kim, Jebran Kasem Joma, Hema Chandra Sekaran, Liam Verrier O'Donnell, Junji Yang, Nivedita Minjer, Albert Lill, Nicholas Kremon, Sayanta Barman, Firaz Kotaparambil, Ruby Guo, Kyle Anderson, Middle Patel, James Morrison Leland IV, Aaron Joseph Fernandez, Gyu Jung Lei, Stephanie Cho, Zone Rune Lee, Luke Daniel Henke, Anand J. Subudi, Alan Wong, Kevin Chuan Hu, Kevin Lee, Julia Kyongbin Kang, Daniel Patrick Elliott, Arthur Fernandez Fornari, Luke Curtis Burdett, Hui Li, Morgan Taylor Klein, Ning Kang, Emily Patricia Megan, Hannah Marie Quintal, Nikita Vasan, Shin Won-do, Angela Ellison Joe, Annette Gisela, Ella Rasulian, Autumn Mahoney, Shivani Sai Narahari, Trashit Sunil Vaishnav, Adam John Sherbensky, Siri Malk Thikananduri, Ingrid Elizabeth Burke, Eric Ortega Fonseca, Mitchell Ryan Ketchum, Jin Suk Ko, Andrew Taylor Udell, Yinuo Yu, Anuo Zhao, Elisa Yun Ting Ching, Cheston Hussein, Jeremy Alexander Payne, Murali Krishnan Rajendran, Jeremy Aaron Bonnet, Jamie Ann Melanson, Duke Ingo, Emily Cook, George Joseph Byram, Nitsan Paz, Mongshu Yao, Bo Jarrett Fithi, Kenji Hagiwara, Estella Tu, Sarah Dorothy Friedrichs, Eliana Ruby Gottlieb, Stefan von Suck, Inara Amin Jariwala, Ravi Kiran Sundar, Mary Yu Yao Chan, Sri Nair, Ranjot Singh Sandhu, Stephen Wasserman, Carlos Hannon, Hyun Gil Kim, Boaz Adekibe, Ian Hollenberg, Daniel John Solon, Mark Yoon Jong Choi, Garrett Bradley Jones, Jinyan Shi, Ethan Gabriel Hunt, Andrea Renee Case, Bao Nouveau, Rajesh B. Joshi, Dan Stanley Bolanos Aguirre, Jama Noel Schulte, Arnav Chandra Sarma, Ravi Kumar Panusami, Xinghe, Lakshmi Rayapudi, Rida Sohani, Sumana Chilakamari, Srikala Edayath, Courtney Anzalone Steichen, Robin Arvind Govardhan, Esteban de Jesus Lopez Belmontes, Joshua Stephen Perry, Alex Houston Barrett, Antara Chowdhury, Cheng Cheng Fu, Suraj Sachdev, Deepak Rao, Wanbin Che, Huguette Michael, Mason Taylor, Ramon Andres Benavides, Rory Anthony Covarrubia, Anurupa Shah, Suganyarani Gunaskaran, Margisel Estevez, Roy Angel Garcia, Lucas Chen, Shunmuga Sundari Rama Krishnan. Ali Elizabeth Blake. Nabin Karki. Adam R. Law. Bochan Guo. Peru Lee. Chainchel Hazara. Rishi Ashish Karya. Jaime Huang. Grant Emmanuel Smith. Ayushi Patel. Christopher Leading. Avery Tam. Maxwell Nathaniel Oglesby. Russell Douglas Dawkins Jr. Gregory Daniel DeCanio. Hain Min. Shiva Nagarajan. Diane Elise Lore Egret. William Upchurch Clayton. Justin Saul Siegel. Oluwasesan Taufik Balogun. Nick Newsom. Kiran Ninad Shah. Sam Michael Olson. Eric Stephen Peters. Yuhao. Qingyang Cheng. Yiyang Zhang. Ruijie Ma. Lingxin Zheng. Dahan Kong. William Michael Can. Ryan Jackson Cherry. Lydia Goldsteiner. Susanna Layanto. Walter Joseph Muller IV. Rahul Singh. Maria del Carmen Santaliz Carmona. Rui Vasconcelos. Siddharth Rajiv. Anna Sophie Kichle. Carlos Ivan Santa. Andres Papaki Notario. Tyler Lee Myers. Francis Gerald King Jr. Joyce Karina Yang. Marina Rebecca Slajeski. Wei Yung Liu. Elio Gul. Srikanth Babu Basavaraju. Ahmed Reda Ahmed. Vinayak Ranga Rao. Anil Antony. Dmitry Donkov. Hector Matos. Caroline Elise Orange. Oswaldo Ceballos Jr. Caroline Biason Jaraj. Alvaro Morales. Kyle James Heffernan. Keith Doozer. Parth Parag Dedia, Changlu Sun, Nishanth Karupayan, Sai Karuna Samudrala, Anthony Lay, Luis Eduardo Ferreira, Koa Huang Tring, Vivek Poluru, Hiba Hazim, Ayesha Udin, Felipe Villegas, Matthew Chamberlain, Nail Nurani, Yukti Bishambu, Vignesh Madurai Srinivasan, Shivam Chowdhury, Sahil Walke, Jebi Arulsin, Shail Nimish Patel, Arvind Ram, Akash De Sarkar, Sanjana Suchi Chilara, Pratibha Lakshmi Narayan, Ifan Zhang, Dong Suk Kim, Yatong Lee, Paulina Isabel Kukalan Bourgeois, Sisira Saraswatula, Zakun Yang, Howdwan, Arya Divakaran Kalapurayil, Christian Eric Ostebo, Matthew Kevin Chang, Ryan Nee, Siddharth Bhatia, Vaishnavi Madhumilind Vaidya, Pranav Rajendra Purohit, Matthew Donahue Holohan, Anish Manikonda, Indrajit Banerjee, Taewoo Kim, Shinosuke J. Nonaka, Dylan Matthew Riggs, Chengwei Huang, Qingyu Lu, Wei Lun Huang, Jin Lian Ho, Yi An Ko, Jiayi Zhang, Anjulakshmi Karthikeyan, Louise Lacroix, Natalia Andrea Gonzalez, Deanna Kim Weissel, Charmi Manoj Kumar Patel, Patricia Hernandez, Risha Jindal, Siamala Barugala, Omar Al-Habal, Fendi Sityawan, Dylan James Parker, Anirudh Raghav Mayor, Ajua Anima Ado, Lakshmi Sangita Gadapalli, Oluwedamilola Ayodeji Ayola. Joseph Tsang Lynch. Ryan Christopher Muka. Sudhir Bhakta Rajbandari. Dominic Agnelli. Bobby Joseph Plord. Olivia Verheyen. Logan Chandler Sowards. Nayan Mandan. Hui Lee. Ashish Singh. Noah John Sutora. Patrick Christopher McGee. Alan Paul. Yukong Zhao. Weilan Sao. Yu Chen Su. Olive Wang. Junyo Son. Michael William Hawley. Zhao Wei Sun. Daniel Nathan Fishman. Tanima Nandan Joshi. Gabrielle Alexandra Wijaya. Heymin Yu. Jade Marina Prasad. Nargis Bastizadeh. Usama bin Ali. Arun Venkatesh. Erwin Hay. Cambria Marin Dansu. Kevin Fu. 16 Garen. Hisashi Kominami. Virginia Ma. Rajiv Rajan Nair. Daniel Lucas Constable. Ji-hyun Kang. Seongjun Park. Ahmed Mohammed Osman Rabieh. Polin Lean. Dorothy Lay. David Joseph. Lucia Urquio. Andre Yovando Hutagal. Ankit Kumar. Taewook Choi.
Lakshmi Emini.
Wow, that was an impressive number. I've got a smaller but still very impressive number to share with you next. 14 of our graduates have flown to space, and many of them are aerospace engineers. Representing the Daniel Guggenheim School of Aerospace Engineering, I'll bring you Mitchell Walker, the William R.T. Oakes Jr. School Chair.
It has been an incredible year for the School of Aerospace Engineering and our graduates. We opened a new aircraft prototyping lab for vertical takeoff and lift vehicles. Outside of the classroom, our students have worked on spacecraft, aircraft, and they've even volunteered to mentor and teach high school students. So proud of you. Now you're going to join jobs with Delta Airlines, Blue Origin, joining the military as officers, and even starting your own businesses. We are so proud of your accomplishments. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Justin Taylor Dubbin. Kyle Justice Pettit. Zakaria Zbak. Max Schoenfuss. Ishan Gupta. Reed Matthew Esper. Arthur White III. Orlando Santiago. Salma Benhisun. Malak Ranawi. Madeleine Vargara Barb. Alexander Christian Stroud. Justin Robert Penev. Zachary Dylan Brinsfield. Jade Robert Thomas. Samuel Sean Thomas Landers. Michael Bruce Harton. David Gardner Tyler V. Salma Cynthia Walker. Kelly Aaron Irons. Samuel Orlando Diaz Martinez. Elijah Dean Cluatra. Walter Gabriel Cruz Gonzalez. William Sutton Long. Michael Albert Fritzinger. Connor Matthew Johnson. Jeremy Velasco Delmas. Benjamin Gregory Boshtavoy. Noah Andrew Grady. Faris Najim Al-Zahrani. Kyle Logan Mello. Jeffrey Allen Hendricks. Cosimo Cazotto. Benjamin Harrison Bond. Charles Price Evans. Christopher James Langwell. Zachary Allen Connor. Alfonso Lopez. Aman Barket Panavadia. Isaiah Mark Helt. John Erling Pite Jr. Luca Silveri. Federico Preve. Ismael Rodriguez Sesma. Akram Fakir. Rashi Yadav. Varun Srikrishnan. Alexander Knowles Evitt. Banglu Wei. Trevor Tate Madison. Devin Stewart Kelsey. Devin R. Parks. Alejandro Garcia. Rude Ketki Mehir Shah. Josue Vasquez. Evan Luis Sanchez. Lydia Rezene Elias. Tyler J. Brooks. Teresa Kate Bush. Alexander James Kennedy. Jack Thomas Ramshaw. Spencer Jeffrey Grubbs. Nolan Andrew Brody. William Robert Sonleitner. Alex Matthew Mercier. Jake Sharbaugh. Armando Samuel Rodriguez. Pablo Martin Garcia. Hunter Haskins. Katie Lynn Harrington. Adam Jeffrey Binder. Robert Benjamin Whitted III. Tian Young Hu. Autumn Edwards. Kwang Min Cho. Marius Pranas Bernotas. Brett Edward Nellis. Kevin Scott Fleischer. Brian Patrick Wills. Andrew Hickson. Jason Vencislavo Lazaro. Alicia Francis Frick. Samuel Lee. Shalva Begiashvili. Gregory Shipley. Jack Anthony Labadia. Hannah Nitilla. Elias Regraggi. Francis Virgil Fraser V. Dhruva Venkat. Mamoon Benchakroon. Lin Al-Atik. Aiden Hammond. Sarah Madeline Treese. Aiden McLeod Coleman. Paul Dumont. Aaron Irunde Loya. Aniela Marie Fifelski Zaremski. Jem Kosher. Paulin Chandra Bardwaj. Axel Selim Joachim Jazini. Leo Andre Wadabled. Yani Ait Amar. Esteban Manuel Pais. Adam Benabu. Thomas Malguir. Antonio Josip Matuzic. Julian Rivera Cruz. Alan Boussard. Arthur Barberin. Lydia Michelle Zawalski. Petros Famelos. Akira Jinkoji.
I don't know if that was a sonic boom or what. It's not in the program. All right, our fourth most recently established engineering school is currently celebrating its 125th anniversary. Julie Champion is the Associate Chair for Graduate Studies in the School of Chemical and Biomolecular Engineering.
Our chemical engineering master's graduates have gained expertise in the classroom in areas such as sustainability, biotechnology, and data science. Some of them have worked in the laboratory, working on topics such as crystallization or protein engineering, and others have stepped off of campus to do internships and gain that industrial experience in areas such as ceramics and polymers. We are really proud of all that you've accomplished. Congratulations, graduates.
Hoi Min T. Sahba Horsanzadeh. Suraksha Sunil Telakula. Bhumika Vinay Chegu. Matias Echavarria. Mario Zorilla Valtierra. Chizimuzo Stephanie Chibuko. Mary Agnes Oladayo Balogun. Andre Dwayne Berry.
Our next school, my home school, Civil and Environmental Engineering, was established in 1898. Don Webster is the Karen and John Huff School Chair.
Congratulations to all the civil engineering and environmental engineering students who are receiving their master's degrees from the finest program in the nation today. These master's students have excelled in scholarship and in service. They've gotten involved in professional organizations, they've volunteered with children, they've traveled abroad to build bridges. They've lived our motto, people are our priority, the world is our responsibility. We are proud of your accomplishments and excited as you begin your next chapter. Go Jackets.
Benjamin Noah Toads. Zachary Nathan DeHoff. Zijuo Chen. Rawabi Ahmed Hakami. Atharv Agnihotri. Fadil Soley. Andrea Thomas. Youngsu Lee. Kelvin Graham Matthews. Valentina Celis Salazar. Talia Grace Herrera. Harsh Prashant Desai. Taylor Grace Ellington. Anthony Lynn Shelton II. Mary Elizabeth Helvey. Sashank Bikram Rana. Abraham Jesus Pisano. Tony Narrow Tan. Joseph Madison Taylor Jr. Jenna Elizabeth Sitta. Grace Fuello. Cedric Bayo. Arthur Jonathan Aberly. Leah Saju Jacob. Neha Govinda Murali. Ishtiaqul Islam. Sarah Nicole Alamar. Srivatsa Varadarajan. Karthik Shri Surya Sai Kanukolu. Antonia Mary Kopp. Ashley Unju Jun. Alexis Marie Try. Ana Karina Contreras. Mary Grace Denton. George Maxwell Hardin, Yash Ashwini Ashok Rane, Fatma Ekin Huner, Shuyan Liu, Kezia Elaine Hector, Chinwuba Ezigbo,
When the School of Materials Science and Engineering was established in 1897, it was called the School of Textile Engineering. Chris Mulstein is the Associate Chair for Academics and Research.
This year, our students advanced materials innovation. They conducted impactful research in areas including corrosion, solar panels, and water installations for sustainability. They participated in industry collaborations and led hands-on projects that strengthened the future of the field. We are proud to recognize their achievements and celebrate the MSE Master's Class of 2025.
Tamara Bowman, Hayashini Jagan, John Allen Wellington Johnson, Elise Taylor Kemper, Daniel Egrahimi,
Two more schools to go. In 1896, Georgia Tech was known as the Georgia School of Technology. That year, GST established the School of Electrical Engineering, and the School of Computer Engineering would come later. Here's Arjit Rajaudhuri, the ECE Steve W. Chaddock School Chair.
Thank you. Congratulations, graduates of 2025. Many of our graduate students in ECE this year were a part of the first cohort in our collaboration with industrial partners in the Curriculum Partnership Initiative program with companies like Apple, Texas Instruments, Global Foundries, and others. This was an exceptional and high-impact opportunity that delivered hands-on education in subjects such as advanced chip design, fabrication, and semiconductor packaging. This prepared them to meet critical national needs for skilled semiconductor talent. Congratulations to all of you once again. Go Jackets.
Daniel Willie Canales, Tien Rui Su, Jiwan James Wong, Jessica Kaur, Pranay Jaggi, Patrick Anthony Long, Benjamin Michael Harrison, Connor Chance Talley, Eli Chandler Corley, Rebhu Das Porkayasta, Vidhukiran Venkataraman, Yukwan Zhang, Tingyu Chen, Tony Chuang, Zakai Wang, Mohammed Daham Abdulaziz, Si Hyun Yi, Zirui Chan, Vasisht L. Ganesh, Sean Dalton Gorey, Jabari Ricardo Bowen, David L. West, Carolina Hao Low, Mohammed Rahil Hossein, Botao Huang, Qiliang Zhang, Zihan Ziao, Xiaochen Ma, Landon Blake Steins, Chauncey Leighton Carpenter, Barry Gabriel Walker, Vishnav S. Dinadayalan, Jordan Nathaniel Byler, Matthew Joseph Bolby, Alvaro Pelaez Lopez, Colton Lee Walker, Luke Colin McCauley, Andrew Shai, Varini Raghavan, Daniel Alvarado, Brendan Patrick Bassett, Jordan Alexander McClinton, Olivia Carey Beatty, Isaac Dale Guerin, Cullen Patrick Lonergan, Sinchen Zhang, Anurup Saha, Rushue Luo, Puneet Bansal, Connor Logan Grant, Yunghao Shi, Yuchung Chang, Victor Runjing Chu, Kalyan Venkatasai Nimishakavi, Nicholas Keith Garber, John Edward Mack Hale, Stephen Andrew Elias, Aryan Gupta, Robert Patrick Pesh, Jordan Garth Patterson,
Evren Basharan,
Alexander Jacob Saltiel, Jiacheng Zhang, Shibao Su, Ivan Nicholas Mix, Fernando Pastrana Aguirre, Juan Francisco Pesantes Borja, Alexandre Dermouch, Patrick Andre Van Damme, Roberto Chamorro Martinez, Jacob Christopher Fail, Anna Rose Pendleton, Somia Janapati, Connie Lu Jiang, Xiang Miao, Lexi Nelson, Ethan Fox, William Braden Vaught, Umut Zengin, Xuanang Zhang, Efthymios Marios Lucedes, Marco Sun, Aniya Ashutosh Acharya, Aditya Sandip Borse, Ted Walk, Shaden Island De Souza, Julia Russell Salvio, Bernardo Agustin Perez, Shang-Chi Ye,
And finally, the Woodruff School of Mechanical Engineering. This program was established in 1888 as the first ever program at Georgia Tech. Please welcome Interim Chair Shreyas Melkote.
Good afternoon, graduates. Today we celebrate not just your degrees, but the dedication, curiosity, and determination that brought you here. This year, some of our master's graduates led a team sponsored by the Department of Energy and General Motors to the podium at an international electric vehicle competition, a remarkable achievement that reflects the talent in this room. You tackled tough problems, supported one another, and pushed yourself to new heights. Congratulations on this exciting milestone. We are proud of you, and we can't wait to see where your skills and ambition take you next. Go Jackets!
Riddhi Chaubey. Ryan Patrick Anderson. Victoria Estefania Rodriguez. Wesley Ho. Alexander Scott Humliker. Rohan Acharya. Sarah Hempton. Kevin Lee Camperman II. Brian Henry Slajeski. Eric Edward Lasserre Jr. Marcus Rocco Fratercangeli. Micah Breimeyer. David Daniel Sellers II. Jonathan Daniel Thompson. George Bango. Joshua Pace. Clark Donald McCall. Brian Andrew Slack. Natalie Elizabeth King. Srijith Ravi. Martha Jane Leach. Liam Daniel Maloney. Nicholas Bo Lark. Irving Salgado. Robert Lucas Montoya Baca. Robert Keaton Richmond. Clay Ethan Moore. Daniel Robert Costantini. Pierre Leo Lacan. Jonas Desire Kayet. Hermes Bournier Frambourret. Ruliang Liu. Owen Mason. Brian Nang. Maham Zahra Mahmood. Jesse Pierce Bostic. Jean-Loup Denise Enon Pare. John Calvin Wilson. Cole Thomas Francis. Camden Rhodes Eck. Marvin Wren. Jonathan Tab Pearson. Jackson Thomas Merrick. Joseph Frederick Hackman V. Austin Edward Forgy. Samuel Stephen Robertson. Nitin Kumar Bolakand. William Garrett Cashwell. Saint Chung. Grant Douglas Breckenridge. Miguel Quispe Tardio. Helen Works Cosner. Ethan Thomas Fetterly. Ribhu Mukherjee. Gargi Premnath Sunawane. Anjali Uma Goyal. Carlos Alberto Morel Rodriguez. Yu-Young Liu. Jackson Henry Myers. Carla Jimena Briceno Gutierrez. Peter Craig Dustin. Ireolua Adaramola. James Kenneth Nagengast. Lauren Teresa Shaw. Mihir Rao. Dylan K. Balkaran. Vijay S. Rathor. Ramiro Ulunque. Alejandro Hirasco. Antoine Dumont. Nadine Mansour. Kraken Virginia Kegel. Nadia Lee Zaleski. Gregoire Ordin. Owen Goran Bertho. Matteo Mercier. Guillaume Robert. Jesse Vespucci. Thibaut François Xavier Marie Bouteiller. Romain Gadget. Tom Jose Barugel. Thomas Newell. Imeric Gohard. Margot Durier. Remy Girard. Oriane Vernowick. Ronan Charles Brager. Khalid Tarig Monawar. Giovanni Efrain Delgadillo. Gargi Premnath Sunawane. Fanny Bjord.
All right. Thank you, Kim. And let's again congratulate all of our master's graduates. Again, yeah. Okay. Some of you will now pursue your PhD. Others are headed to the real world. What you've accomplished here on campus is only part of your story, the beginning of your story. We can't wait to see what you'll do next. Again, congratulations and welcome to the Georgia Tech alumni community and being an official hell of an engineer. This ends our ceremony. Our stage party will leave during the playing of our alma mater, which will be followed by the greatest fight song of them all, Rambling Wreck. The lyrics for both songs are in the program. Once the fight song ends, graduates will leave the building by exiting behind the stage. This may be some of the last direction you get from a faculty member here. And so the graduates on this side on the floor will come around this side to the tunnel behind there. Graduates on this side will go this direction to the tunnel, okay? Please don't go into the stands toward your families, and families, please don't come down to the floor. proceed up to the concourse and meet your students outside the building. Students, there's also a photo op on the concourse. If you're interested in that, follow security. Keep in mind that everyone has to leave the building in a timely fashion. The Scheller College of Business is holding their ceremony after us, so there's kind of a turnover of ceremonies here. Again, thank you, congratulations, and go Jackets.
Drink to all the fellows who come from far and near. I'm a